Mr. R.C. Bartlett and Mr. Bruce Wood, and the topic is the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People and Environmental Challenges or Environmental Injustices as it has been described here today, because I think some of the things that we're talking about are indeed injustices as far as the poor and minorities are concerned. And of course, Mr. Bartlett, we understand that you've been involved quite recently with quite a bit of legislative activities dealing with this. Let's talk about that.
Oh, sure. I've had the opportunity to go to the council meetings, and we've brought forth some, our problems in the council. And not only the council, we've had opportunities to go up on Capitol Hill, which we've met representatives and senators, and we also met the governor, and we've brought forth concerns in front of all the people that were listening at the things that we had to say about the environment, and we've had some real listening ears. And we are just pleased that people is coming to the conclusion that the environment needs cleaning up. And most of the time people think that the environment will clean itself up, but we're putting too much in it for it to clean itself up. We have to start taking stuff out of it. And this is where we stand today, that the legislative process move a little bit slow, but we still have to go through that process. And we're pleased that we are right here in the central part of the state where we can touch each and every county right here without leaving Nashville. So we're blessed for that part of it, and I'm concerned that people are mostly getting concerned, and what we need is more people to get concerned. Come on into Burnt, come on into the NAACP. Let's listen and work the problems out together, and we can do it. We have the strength, we have the fortitude, and we can do it. We can influence our legislative people to back laws that will help us to come to those kind of conclusions.
Very good. You know, Mr. Wood, I think that there was one statement that you made, and I'd like to follow this up, because I think you said, in effect, that the ability to stop the expansion of the incinerator led to the economic development that is happening in that same area. Right. Now, the follow-up question on that is: do you think that cleaning up the environment can be cost-effective? Do you think that we can do that and save money as well?
Well, we have to. I mean, we're getting to the point where it's going to, I think it's a major investment. It's a major, like I talk a lot, we try to work to get research done at Tennessee State University, and to tell those students that studying remediation of the environment is a future career and business. We've got the Dixon County landfill, that the groundwater underneath that, now it's spread out 3 miles. And if nothing's done to it, in 20 years it'll be 10 miles. And that's polluted water that's with these vinyl chloride, TCE, cadmium, just benzene, very toxic liquids. And if we don't clean it up now, it's going to be there for 2,000 years. So yes, there's a very, that's one thing that Mr. Bartlett's told me as we've driven around, and nobody's driven around more with me than Mr. Bartlett, going to Dixon County and everything. But anyway, he's told me that back in the 50s, they used to just dump carcasses of cows and cattle out of the butchers into the river. And now, of course, people would have a riot if somebody did that, and they'd be arrested. But those carcasses would deteriorate quicker than vinyl chloride or flame retardant. Those kind of chemicals last for thousands of years. So we've kind of changed that. We don't get rid of the things you can see, but the things you can't see are going to be around for thousands of years, yes.
And there's also, would you say, Mr. Bartlett, that there's also a health factor associated with all of this pollution?
Oh, most definitely so. And some of the main health factors we're talking about is asthma and emphysema, all those kind of things. You know, the things that you have to breathe in has to do with a whole lot of environmental in the air.
Well, that's what he said about the cars. One of the main pollutions in Nashville, we're in the Cumberland Bowl. It's a 40-mile depression or whatever basin, and it's all the cars driving in and out of Nashville. And why the decision makers let people, I mean, if you're driving outbound, sometimes from 10 miles out, it's bumper to bumper